Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. So what I have for you guys today is another Friday Q&A. And before we get into that, I just wanted to say thank you guys for anyone who has left a comment or just left a like on the videos, or even watched the videos. I know that there's going to be a lot of people who are going to go inactive just because I'm not posting glitches anymore. And I know that kind of sucks, and that's okay. I just really wanted to make videos, so thank you guys to all of you who are still watching. If you guys would like to send me a question on Twitter, Facebook, or down below, it could possibly get in next week's video. So make sure you go ahead and do that if you guys have anything you'd like me to talk about. Anyway, let's get right into today's video. So the first question is coming from Nando's 2.0. He says, who thinks there should be an operator with a mirror so if he is in a corridor and he wants to check around corners, he can poke it around the corner and make it harder for you to die? Now, I think this has already been talked about kind of with, like, just looking around corners like they made a corner gun or something. But I think this wouldn't be real. I mean, if they can only see around the corner and they maybe can't shoot around the corner, I think that'd be okay as long as the person who's not, like, if this is a defender, I think the attacker should have at least some way of knowledge that there's being a mirror, like, around the corner, like maybe to give off some glint or something. Just that way it's not so broken that I'm just sitting here by the corner and I can see you, you can't see me, and I just turned around and blast you. I mean, it is really not too bad like that, but I'm just saying that maybe a little bit of something to let you know that the mirror is being pointed at you or something. That way it's just not totally getting killed out of nowhere. Butterminder978 asks, do you think they should make the knife multiple hits? Now, I'm assuming he's talking about this for Rainbow Six Siege, because in Battlefield 1 it already is multiple hits, but I would say that it's kind of a weird idea because we're trying to make a realistic game, and honestly, a realistic game is going to take multiple hits usually to kill someone with a knife. I don't think you're going to be able to one-stab them, especially like in the back. I mean, maybe you can, but I don't really think that's too realistic. I don't think they'd ever do it, though, just because no one's going to really want to use a knife then. They'd just rather shoot him, probably. So I don't think they'll do it, but it would be more realistic if they did. And another problem with making the knife multiple hits is, like, if you stab them, what's going to happen? Are they going to just be able to stand there? Are they going to go down? Something like that. Now, I think if they maybe if you stabbed them and they went down, I think that could be a little bit more interesting because obviously like I said before, I don't think one knife is going to kill someone necessarily unless you stab them like right in the neck, right in the head, in the heart, or something like that. But I mean, if you're just like slicing them like you do in Rainbow Six Siege, that's going to not really do anything. So maybe if you put them down and then you had to knife them again, maybe that would be an idea, but I don't really think that would really go over too well when they're trying to put it into the game. So I don't really think it'll ever happen. Now, I've already talked about a question like this in one of my previous videos, but I decided I wanted to talk about it because after that video, I felt like I could have said some other things that I didn't say necessarily. So, number one ND fan asks, should there be a pregame lobby where you can vote for a map like Call of Duty? Now, I think this would be a good idea. Like I said before, it's just a lot of people were like, well, they could just keep re-voting like maps they liked. Like, obviously, if house was selected, you could just keep re-voting house, 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 house. So I think if they did that, but they would change the maps every time, so that way, like, let's say, what are two maps people don't like? Yacht and Border. Let's say that those are the maps you got, so you played Yacht, and then you got Favela and House. That way, it just keeps changing it up and up, so you can't re-pick a map that you just played. That way, it would give it a little bit of variety, and people can pick whatever maps they want. Now, obviously, I can still see the problem where, let's say you get, like, Border and House, everyone's going to pick House. So you get Border and Yacht, people might pick Border, or they might pick Yacht. So there's some maps where if they're not with the same level maps, like if they're not both not disliked maps, I think there might be a problem with selection because everyone's going to pick House, like, pretty much 95% of the time because that's everyone's favorite map. Lethal Panda asks, what do you think about having a Scavenger Operator that can use fallen teammates' weapons and maybe gadgets? Now, this is something that I wanted to see in the game for such a long time. Just the picking up weapons part, not necessarily the gadgets. Now, I can understand why they haven't done it, because each character is supposed to have their certain, like, set of weapons. They're not really supposed to trade. But, I mean, if you run out of ammo and you're just there with your pistol, and this gun's laying on the ground, in real life, you'd obviously pick that up. Or just any time you're going to pick that gun up if it has ammo and you don't. And I mean, like, I don't know why they didn't put that in from the start, because, like, if your teammate dies and they have a better gun than you, obviously it's at a disadvantage if you can't use that. Now, the gadgets part, I don't think that'd be okay, because if, like, your whole team dies and then you get Rook and you can get Valkyrie's cameras, you can get Jaeger, Bandit, whatever, I just think that wouldn't really work out too well, especially if you got, like, Pulse and you had Valkyrie's cameras too, because you're going to have a bunch of stuff. Obviously, if you have a Valkyrie on your team and you're playing as Pulse, that's different because you're already playing as him. But I mean, like, if you're playing as Jaeger, you have Pulse's little heartbeat monitor and you're using Valkyrie's cameras. I think that's going to be a little bit broken, so I don't think you should be able to pick up gadgets necessarily, but I do think you should be able to pick up weapons. I don't see a problem with that. I mean, if they're on your team, they're on your team. If they're not, they're not, obviously. Because, I mean, like, if the guns are on your team and they're already down, you should just be able to pick them up. I don't really know why they didn't put that in the game. Maybe there's something that I'm not seeing, but I think that'd be a very good idea to just be able to pick up anyone's guns. The last question today is coming from KND Inferno. He asks, an option in custom games where you can use any character more than once and a single operator, so that way you could have Tachankas on both teams. Now, something that I think that would be cool like that is if it didn't matter what team you're playing on, like attacker or defender. I just think it'd be cool if you could have like a Jaeger attacking another Jaeger, just to see how it would work out. Not necessarily as a game mode, obviously, like he said, just in custom games. I just wish you could pick any attacker or defender for any side, if you know what I mean. So if you're playing as a defender, you could pick Ashe. If you're playing as an attacker, you could pick Bandit or Jaeger. I just think it'd be cool just to see how it would turn out and change the game differently, because I feel like if a team could pick, especially if you could pick every character more than once, like if your whole team could be Ashe, your whole team could be Jaeger, or something like that, I think that'd be very different, because on defending, I would guess most people would try and get Jaeger. I'm just guessing. I know some people would obviously choose otherwise, but the 416 that Jaeger has is pretty much the best gun on defense, and on offense, you might want to pick like Twitch or Ashe or something like that, and that would be interesting to see. Who would win? A team full of Jaegers, a team full of Twitches, something like that. I just think that'd be really cool. I doubt they'd ever add it into the game just because it serves no purpose, but I think it'd still be cool. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it.
Haji, shut the fuck up!
If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you leave a like on it. That'd be very much appreciated. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.